Welcome to FXcast. This is our FXcast market analysis for Wednesday, June 15th. In each of our videos, we try to come up with high probability trading setups. We'll evaluate the gold chart. We'll come up with a low volatility watch list, an inside buyer watch list, and we'll look at the economic calendar to see what can affect our current and new trades. As always, please send your questions and feedback to analysis@fxcast.com or post in our daily forum. Let's pull up the charts. We are going to start with the gold chart as usual. Here we are on our daily chart, and what we've been watching is this potential lower high that we're putting in here, a little failure here, and now we're sandwiched in between the 20 and the 50 moving average. We're also in this auction zone of about 1525 down to 1490. That's if we don't bounce. Now we can see on our market profile that as our volume, as we fell down and as we come back up, we have a very wide bell curve for our market profile. So we really could go either direction. Our RSI on the hourly is a little overbought, so it certainly could head lower, which would say that the resistance of the 2 moving average may be there. But you can see our point of control at 1560. Now, those of you who've been watching know that our point of control had started off at 1540 and has come down, 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 down. And as we fell and consolidated again, that's why our point of control has. So what we're basically looking for is for the market to tell us, what does gold want to do? Does it want to hold up to 50 moving average as support? Or are we going to break? And if we break, we should look out below. The next one we're going to look at is the Aussie dollar. Here we can see that same consolidation range as with gold. We're basically between $1.720 and $1.433, and this one's actually changed a little bit. We did get above the 20 to 50, but overall we can see that range. As a matter of fact, you can see that there's some support here at 1.0530. You can see there's a lot of buyers finding value here. A lot of buyers finding value at 1.5. So this is another one where we've got several trends that we're trying to figure out which way it goes, but because we can't really define a true trend besides long term, we're in an uptrend, we're going to sit on hands. We got a point of control at 1.0640, which is basically right in the middle. And it looks like we're falling back a little bit as RSI is heading down. So this is another one that I recommend that we sit on hands until a trend, a tradable trend, is there. If you're more aggressive, you can see you could short up here and you could buy down here. Next we have the pound dollar, and this is going to continue our theme of sit on hands. Here we've got resistance at 1.638, which basically matches up with our point of control. We've got a triangle pattern that we're watching, but overall you can see this consolidation. We got a little pop down and we got the reaction, and now we've come back. So if you want to, you can trade that larger consolidation. The thing is, we didn't come back down here like we did previously. This is one that I would say sit on your hands. Our final one we're going to look at is the Euro daily, the Euro dollar, and this one's forming into a decent wedge, but more importantly, it's starting to consolidate like the other two dollar currency pairs. We put in a lower high, we're bouncing off the 50 moving average, and now it needs to tell us which way it wants to go. Either way is fine. We just wanted to tell us what to do. Now, let's take a moment and zoom out on this one. Whoops. And we can see long term that, just trying to get a gauge of where we're at. What we can see longer term is our double top that we're putting in, and it definitely looks like we want to head down, possibly longer term, all the way down to 1.2, which were our path to bouncing point. We'll also go over to the Aussie dollar and click on the monthly, see where we are long term. Long term, look at that beautiful uptrend, and it's showing a little weakness, but overall beautiful uptrend. This swing high may match up with the 20 moving average if we pull back. And finally, the pound dollar. as we go to the long term, sort of like the euro dollar, this may be the turning point to head down to 1.453. Our euro trader we're watching that looks like it's finally coming to a point where it needs to make a decision is the euro yen. We've got strong support at 115.65, but we also got support here at 115.30ish. So you got to watch that also. So a trade to the downside, you really want to get it below 115. Hopefully to run down and test the 200 moving average. And then we got to trade to the upside. We're below the 20 and the 50 moving average. Certainly have been moving sideways. Our point of control is above us at 116.30. But on our hourly, we're in the no man's zone, so we need to wait and let this resolve itself either, to overbought, oversold less levels. Right now, we're just neutral. But on the daily, again, we're looking for this to break out of this triangle, this wedge, and form some form of a trend that it has not been in over a month. So we're still watching the pound yen. We're looking at the longer term, the descending wedge, but it's in the middle of nowhere. It's not at the resistance. It's not at the support. And I even was trying to find some channels in here. So it's in the middle of nowhere. And RSI is basically telling us that we got a point of control at 131.62. Overall, we're just going to wait and let this one, because it's a decent wedge and we continue to make lower highs, we think this is going to break to the downside. It just needs a catalyst to break. Okay, we talked about the dollar franc, and we said, until it fails, you've got the short up here at basically 84.50. We got your long at 83.15ish. RSI is heading down. We got point of control. You can see the volume vacuum here because of this big. Look, we came down quickly. Once we got above some of it, we came up quickly, got back up in here, we're consolidating, and we could easily fall back down. But the greater trend obviously is down, so the short is good. But we're also looking at that run to the 50 moving average. There's about 50 pips there as we run up to the 20 moving average. And we can see that today's move up did have some volume behind it, and that if you look at it, the down candle had less volume. So our up candles, the green candles, are having a little more volume than the down candles. So it looks like it may want to move higher. So we'll just watch that. And just, for a point of reference, we were watching this one, the pound franc, and you can see what happened here. We did finally break higher. And I think we will run up to the 20 moving average. Currently, we do not have anything coming up on our low volatility watch list, nor do we have anything on our inside buy watch list. Let's go to the economic calendar. As we go to the economic calendar, we can see right at the top we have some inflation data for France with CPI. But the big thing jumping out at me is our labor market report for the pound, where they're going to talk about, unemployment, how many jobs are created or lost, hourly wage. So that's going to affect the market certainly. Again, labor market report. Then we have some manufacturing reports here for the European Union. We have industrial production, the output of the factories and the mines. We have industrial production down here at the States. We also have some inflation data. And then we have a regional manufacturing report. The Empire State Manufacturing was basically focusing around the economy around New York State. And that could have a little effect on the market. And then, of course, we have our weekly petroleum status report, how many barrels of oil, what's the excess, what's the deficiency. So we do have some reports coming out tomorrow. I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, send your questions to analysis@fxcast.com. Give us some feedback. If there's something that you want to see in the videos that we don't do, give us an email, post to our daily forums, and send us your questions. And we'll be sure to continue to try to bring you the best value for our daily analysis videos. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.